Well, what's up, everybody? I'm back again, and I'm glad to see you guys are still watching. We're going to make another video, but something a little bit different today. I thought, well, a lot of people don't post on YouTube, whatever, like just the care and maintenance of your rope and your magnet. So I thought I'll make just a quick, short little video for you guys or whatever, like the way I do it. So I don't want my magnets rusting. I don't want any rust on my magnets, and I don't like my rope dirty. I try to keep my rope clean. A lot of times people will do is they will, spray it with a garden hose or whatever and keep it clean. But I'll try and go through a little bit of the video with you or whatever and just kind of show you what kind of the ways I do it. All right, and so stick around, and I hope this is helpful for you guys. Now, for starters, everyone, when I get home from a magnet fishing trip or whatever, there's one thing you got to make sure of. You got to keep your magnets clean. Like, get the water and everything off it. Your rope's got to get dried out because you don't want to rot the rope or you'll snap that rope. So the thing that I do or whatever is, like, I get my magnet. There's my magnet. I stepped on my rope. But your magnet's wet and everything else, so I just use my air compressor. Maybe some of you guys don't have an air compressor, but a lot of people, you can just wipe them off and then just leave them out to dry out and stuff. But what I'm going to do, whatever, is I take my air compressor and I blow all that black sand and that crap that's off it. I do it around the carabiner, even around the eye bolt, or the your carabiner eye bolt. I do around the eye bolt, everything like that. Try and get most of that water off that. And then I go on the bottom and I blow all the black sand some more. There. So I get that all kind of half-ass clean. It doesn't take much. Just use an air compressor if you have one. If you don't have one, well, then you go to plan B and wipe it off really nice and clean, right? And then the second step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do. Kind of like the second step that I do now is I take WD-40, or it's the stuff from Max Fuels distributors I get from Petro-Canada. It's called Cat's Ass, whatever it's called. Really good stuff. I really like that stuff. Wish I had a can of it here to show you guys. Anyways, damn bugs. Anyway, so I kind of just spray it with some WD-40. Just spray it around. Keeps wanting to stick to my magnet. And I'll even spray the carabiner. Just spray it all down, even though this thing wants to stick to my magnet. And I get that all sprayed down. Now I'm going to show you the next step, what you should do. That just kind of helps get the water off. It kind of just lubricates everything. You don't want water in the thing. So I spray it down with some WD-40. We'll just say WD-40 because everybody can get WD-40. So I spray it all down, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, now for my next step, whatever, what I do is I take my magnet, actually just here in my yard or whatever, right by our campground. I'll take my magnet, whatever, I just set it on the grass where it's kind of clean on the grass. And because my rope is soaking wet, so I want to dry my rope out. This is just great when the sun's out like this. It's just great for that. If the weather's bad, then I'll actually hang it in my garage, where my garage door opener opens up. I'll hang it on the garage door opener, and then I'll just leave it in the garage and let it hang up to dry. But it's nice out today, so what I'm going to do is I just kind of lay out the rope. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just lay it all out so it can just dry off. But with the grass, it keeps your rope nice and clean. So I just kind of go back a little ways towards, like I said, towards my campground. And then I bring it back. And then I'll leave it out for about, I don't know, if it's a nice hot sunny day and it's really beautiful out, it only takes, I don't know, an hour or two, whatever, just leave it lay on the ground and it can hurt nothing. Your magnet, whatever it's, well, your magnet, it's got oil on it, so it's not like it's going to rust. So I just throw it on the ground like that and leave it sit to dry. And then later on, I'll come back. And check the rope and see if it's dry or not. So just a little patience, whatever. And the sun, it don't take long to dry that rope off. And another thing that I do is that I will actually switch my carabiners around. So I got this thing for wrapping my rope and everything with, right? I will actually take this carabiner off, and then I'll switch it with a magnet. Because when you're pulling your magnet in all the time, well, it's usually this part of the rope is always dirty because you got it in the dirt and you got it in the mud and you got it whatever. So this always stays dirty. So after, I don't know, a few times of going out making a show, I'll go and I'll switch this around and hook this end to my magnet. So this way, the rope gets cleaned and it stays clean. And then in the fall time, what you want to do is maybe take a pressure, or not a pressure washer, but just take a garden hose, clean it all off, get it ready to store for the winter. And then what I would do is then, after a bit when I'm done, when this is all dried off, I take my magnet, I'll wipe it all down again, and then I'll actually stand the magnet up like this. And I'll spray it all again with WD-40 or some kind of lubricant. I'll spray it all down again. And I'll leave it sit overnight like that. So in case any water does get inside this magnet, that lubricant's going to get in there too or whatever and get rid of that water. So I don't want no rusting inside this magnet. I want this magnet to be top performance, and I know you guys do too. So this is how I kind of do it. So we'll leave this hang out and sit and dry off, and then we'll get back to you. But I just set it down like that on the grass. Nice sunny day, and we'll let her dry. But just simple little things like that. You want to keep your magnet clean. You don't want it rusted. You don't want your rope rotting. You don't want that. So this is the way I do it. I don't want no rotten rope or whatever, because then you snap that rope, you lose a magnet. And those base magnets I got, well, you don't want to lose that bad boy, because I just love that magnet. That's my favorite magnet, is that 360 magnet. That's my most favorite magnet. I use the bigger magnet, whatever, the double-sided one, when I'm throwing off docks or in a boat. Them are the ones I like using. But this one here, that's my baby, and I don't want to lose it. So I keep it nice and clean. All my magnets are always clean, always lubricated. So when you go out again, you can use them again, and there's no rust on them. Another way, if you don't have WD-40, you can always use something like corn oil, just from your household. Set it in some corn oil and in a little pail. You don't have to take much, just a little tiny bit of corn oil. Put it in there to soak the whole thing right in there. If there's any water in that, around that magnet, it's coming off there. You know what, water and oil don't mix. Oil will just separate from, or water will just separate from the oil. So that would be another way you could do it. But look after those magnets. So we're going to leave this sit back, and then I'll fold this stuff up and whatever when she's done, and I'll have a nice dry rope, and I'll have a nice clean magnet. And I'll show you like how I wipe mine off. I look after my stuff. I don't like rust. I hate rust. So basically, it's not a hard task. It's just every time I get back from a magnet fishing trip, I like to just kind of go out and let this stuff dry off. You know, don't wrap it up and think, oh yeah, and just leave it in your truck and leave it in the garage or leave it in your house or wherever you leave it. You start doing that, and you're going to start seeing rust build up and everything on your magnets. It's bad enough they're getting scratched at the bottom of the lakes and stuff like that too. You pay that kind of money for it, and they're good magnets from Beast Magnets and Platinum Online Products. But I haven't had a problem with these magnets yet, ever since I've been looking at the maintenance and looking after these magnets. So if you follow, just listen to what I'm telling you, and you do the same thing, doesn't matter what kind of magnet you get, guaranteed, you're going to get a long life spell out of that magnet. You'll get a long time use of it, and you're going to enjoy it. So we'll let this dry, and then we'll be back. So roughly, it's been roughly about, I don't know, half an hour or so. The hooks and stuff that I found today and stuff, I thought, well, I'll clean up a little brush and stuff, because someday, you know, I want to give them to my grandkids or maybe some kids or whatever that, don't have a bunch of fish hooks. It'd be nice to give it to them and stuff. Hint, hint, Jess and Haley. It's for grandkids. Just kidding. Anyways, I came back out. I'm checking my rope. Still, it's still a little damp yet. The sun's been shining. Like, it's hot. It's hot as like you wouldn't believe out right now. It's a beautiful day out. But it's still a little damp yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of walk it. And I'm kind of turning the rope, just kind of moving it around a little bit. You don't have to twist it. You don't have to do anything like that. So I'm just going to turn it and just do my little circle. Just turn it around. It's nice on this grass. It's nice and dry. I'm just going to do this little, just kind of turn it a little bit. Doesn't matter if it loops somewhere. It don't matter. There, I'll just throw that down like that. But I'll leave it out a little bit longer in the sun. Like, let this dry out. But you can see with the rope, like on the end of the magnet, like it's clean. This used to be the other end of the rope. And it was just dirty. Absolutely dirty. Actually, more dirty down here. About in here somewhere. It was all dirty from being in the gravel and in the dirt. So that's why I turned the whole rope completely around. So this end can get washed in the lake. Lakes are just perfect for washing your ropes. Riverbanks and stuff like that, well, no, it's, you get the mud, you get the sand and everything else. And that's what, you don't want that rope to rot. But no, I'll just turn it around like this and let it dry some more. So stick around, whatever, and then we'll get this wrapped up and I'll show you how I do it in the end and get stuff put away. The bees are bad this year. That tells me early winter. I hope not. Last winter we had a great winter. But all fun aside, but okay, we'll leave this dry out some more and I'll be back. Wow, still hot out. I love it. I love summer. I love summer so much. Okay, now I had the rope sitting out here now for about an hour. Yeah, she feels pretty much dry now. It's kind of nice. Leave, like, it doesn't take long. Leave it in the sun. You got a little wet spots. Not bad. Not bad at all. What is that? A little piece of stick. Okay. Well, that rope's actually pretty good. It's pretty much dry. So I'm going to wrap the old rope up and we'll wrap this up, whatever, and then I'm going to show you then on the magnet itself how I'm going to store this magnet. So we'll get this wrapped up and we'll get showing you guys proper way to store your magnet. I hope this does help you, this video. Like, I really do hope. I really have to, have to explain. There's not too many YouTube videos out there, or whatever, that even explains, or whatever. Like, look after your equipment. It's like anything else. Any job you got, you gotta look after your equipment. So we're gonna wrap this all up. There we go. Oh, there we go. Take my magnet. I'm gonna wrap it around like this. And just clip her onto that. And she's ready. All right. Now we're gonna go back over to the shop. Grab my pocket. So anyways, we're gonna go over to the shop and I'll show you how to get that magnet, whatever, so she's ready to be stored. All right, okay, we got the rope and everything all dry and stuff, so we're gonna disconnect the carabiner off the magnet. Get this all clanking off. And even the carabiner, like, you still like to lube it up too, because when you want to use it again, it's not snagging and stuff. So what I like to do now is wipe the magnet off nice and clean, get that magnet clean. Get it all, just take a rag, normal rag, wipe it off nice and clean. There we go. Okay, then you get your WD-40, right? And keep sticking to that magnet. It's a 360 magnet. Come on. Then just kind of spray it. Come on. Spray it down. Doesn't take much. Don't take much at all. Now, whenever I told you in my previous video to save these when you buy these magnets and you got this foam, this is why I save these things. Okay? Then I just stick my magnet. I just put my magnet back into the foam. Put my topper and everything back on, and wherever it went, actually the wind blew it away. Gotta love the wind. So anyways, you get your magnet, put back into that same foam. Don't throw these away. Protects your magnet. So anyways, put your magnet back away. Take the little topper to your foam. There you go. And then on the carabiner, because it's this style, I even get a little, just a little spray in there. You know, just to lube it up a little bit. So the next time you use it, it's not seized up. You don't have to fight with nothing. You just quick and easy. And basically, that's really about it. Like, just look after those magnets. It's not a hard task. It's just, to me, I don't know, I'm just picky that way or whatever. It's just not a hard task at all. But a lot of guys out there are like, oh, just throw it in the back of the truck, or we'll just throw it in the shed or whatever, you know, and they get their magnet. It's all rusted out. The rope's all looking like crap. It's all dirty. Look at this rope, and it's just nice and clean again. You know, just wrap it up, whatever, and these things just tie it in. There you go. Rope's ready to go. So the next magnet fishing trip you go on, everything's ready to go. You don't have to worry about nothing. Nothing's seized up. Nothing's, your magnets are all rusted up. You know, just an easy little tip for you guys. Okay, guys, I know it's not really much, it's not much of a video, but I still think it's important. You got to look after your equipment. So just a little bit, dry the ropes off, clean your magnet up, get the water off it, spray it with a little bit of lubricant. And like I said earlier, that sometimes even just put in just a simple, any kind of oil, like corn oil and stuff that you have in your household goods and stuff. Just put in the oil, get the water out of it. You don't want rust on that magnet. You really don't. So the way I look at it, whatever, is like it's just care and maintenance of your magnet. You gotta look after it. You look after your tools, just like a mechanic. He looks after his tools. Same thing when you're magnet fishing. You gotta look after those tools. So like I'm saying, just look after your magnets, and I hope this helps everybody. Like, you know, I just hope I helped you. Just keep it clean. And then when you go back out magnet fishing, you're not fighting with everything. So that's about much I have to say, and I hope you like this video. I know it's, like I said, it's not much. We weren't magnet fishing. But I mean, I hope you enjoy it and stuff. And like I said, look after that magnet. Remember, that magnet is the most important thing for you to find those treasures. So that magnet is number one. So we'll see you guys on the next Canadian magnet fishing video. And I love all your guys' views, subscribes, comments. You guys are absolutely great. And I will see you back on that water, and we're going to do some more videos. We'll see you next time. You guys have a great time and have a great weekend.